Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be doing a tutorial on Marble Tumble. So, the object of this module is to get this marble that's right on top of here to get into the center of the whole entire module. To do that, you have to go through holes. But if you land in a trap, so to speak, let's see here. Let's see. And therefore, see if I land right here. What happens? It resets the marble up to the top, and if it's the first roll that's got a strike, then it'll completely just random the entire thing so you won't land into a trap again. So when you click, so you notice all the cylinders move when I click it at a particular time. So when I click it at something like 4, red's going to move clockwise twice, yellow's not going to move, green's going to move clockwise once, blue's going to move counterclockwise once, and silver's going to move counterclockwise twice. So, how we're going to get this marble into this silver hole. So, the first thing I should probably worry about is moving it twice counterclockwise, which is going to be a 4. Well, actually, it should be 2 clockwise, but that's no big deal. I can go all the way around. There we go. So, now I gotta move it 1 counterclockwise. So, here's one where silver moves 1 counterclockwise. But not only do we have to worry about the silver, we also gotta worry about the green. Because we don't want to go down the silver and then go into the green trap, or else we get a strike. So now we have to check, let's see, 1 counterclockwise, and this will move 2 clockwise. So this hole is going to go right here, and this trap is going to move over here somewhere, which is fine, but let's see if I can move this green hole closer to me. So we have also this 1 counterclockwise, which this moves none. So I'll take it on this other one, which is we're going to click it when it last second on the timer is a 2. 3, 2. Perfect. So now we gotta move this ball to the green hole. We don't have to worry about now because the green hole is directly opposite, so we can move silver 2 counterclockwise and move green 2 clockwise, or vice versa, to see where we can get close. So here's one where green is going 2 counterclockwise and silver's going 2 clockwise, which is perfect. So we're going to click it at a 0. So let's go to second here. There we go. And I do believe the trap there was almost going to catch us, but since I knew I was going to move 1 away from it, I wasn't going to be worried about the trap as much. So let's see how we're going to get in this green hole. Well, we can move the silver 1 clockwise, that'll definitely do it, or move the green 1 counterclockwise, or remove the silver 1 counterclockwise, and this goes 2 counterclockwise, and other and so forth. This moves 1 clockwise and this moves 2 clockwise. So not only we have to worry about getting into the green as well as worrying about the silver, but we also got to worry about yellow. So in this instance, we got to worry about 3 different things at once. So let's start off with silver going 1 clockwise. So we want so that green doesn't move any, which is going to be this one. That's perfect. And where's yellow going to put us at? Well, this is going to move 2 clockwise here, so this is going to move the yellow hole even closer. So I think our best bet is going to be 8. So I click it at 8, and there we go. Now we don't have to worry about the silver. The 3 things we're going to be worried about is the yellow, green, and the blue, which is our next thing here. So we can move green 2 counterclockwise. Let's see what that gives us. 2 counterclockwise and 2 counterclockwise. Yellow will both give one clockwise and one counterclockwise. So that's not gonna be good. So let's move yellow 2 clockwise and see where I end up with. Not so good as well. Then let's move this one. Let's look at the 1 clockwise and see if we can get 1 counterclockwise, which we did. So the yellow's gonna move 1 clockwise and the green's gonna move 1 counterclockwise. Oh no, the green's gonna move 2 clockwise. I was looking in the wrong column all along. Okay, let me just look at this again. So let's go 2 clockwise, 2 clockwise. Okay, so in both of the instances, green doesn't move any. So let's hope in the instances that the blue doesn't get in the way, because right now the trap is going to be sitting right there. We're only moving yellow, so that means the green's going to stay put. This is going to be moving down 2, and this is going to... Let's see where we're going to move blue. Well, blue's either going to move 1 clockwise or move 2 counterclockwise over here. Maybe it's best that we move the blue 1 clockwise, since this hole will be much closer. So 2 counterclockwise. So we're going to press it at 6, which I just missed. Give it some time. 8, 7, 6. Alright, so now I gotta move the yellow 2 counterclockwise to get into this blue hole, or move the blue 2 clockwise to get into it. And we're gonna worry about our last in red hole, so we don't land in the trap. So let's see, let's go blue 2 clockwise first. See where that gets us. Yellow's gonna move in both of those statements with 2 clockwise. So how about when yellow moves 2 counterclockwise? Okay, here's an instance of blue moving at none, which is perfect. So let's see where red is going to move to. Red's going to move 2 clockwise. So with that in mind, the trap's going to move here, then here. So we're going to miss the trap completely. And it'll be just right there. The yellow's gonna be moving 2 counterclockwise to get into the blue. Blue's not moving. This will move over there. So we're gonna press it at a 9. Okay. Now we gotta move. Let's see. I think that's a 3. Yeah. So we gotta move blue counterclockwise 2 and move red clockwise once. So I'm gonna remove the yellow, and the only things we gotta worry about is red and blue. So let's see if we can get 1 clockwise from red. See what we get. And there's a 2 counterclockwise from blue up there, so that's going to meet our criteria. So what we're going to do is going to press it at a 2. And that's going to solve the module. Alright. So now you get the gist of how doing this and worrying about 3 things at once and worrying how not to get in traps. Let me tell you in Diffuser Expert route. So, in Diffuser Expert route, wherever positioned I'm in, that's always going to be 0. It doesn't matter if I'm over here or over here, that position's always going to be 0 whenever I'm inside a hole somewhere. So the first thing I would tell my expert is say, okay, I got the colors silver, green, yellow, red, blue from outer to inner. And for references here, I'm going to tell them how many ways of way using the clock positions. So let me explain this a little bit using the examples here. So the silver opening is -2, because if I go left 2, that's where this silver opening is. And I always try and do it close. So the most farthest number you can be is 5, which is completely opposite. So it usually goes -1, -2, -3, -4, 5. And it doesn't matter if 5 is plus or minus. 5 is just means it's just directly opposite. And then from this part, it goes +1, +2, +3, +4, 5. So, for our first instance, I would always give in the order of, I'll tell them where the hole is and where the trap is. So, silver, I say, okay, got a hole at -2, and the trap is at a +4. And then I would also tell them the next one, because we're going to worry about two things at the same time, like I showed you in the last example. So, and for the green hole is going to be at a +4, and the trap is at a 5. So, what my expert is going to do, look up silver and green and find a way to do 2 clockwise, because in this mathematical, how you say, layout, going clockwise is always going to be a plus. Going counterclockwise is going to be a minus. So in order for me to go from 0, I need to get to 0, and I'm on -2 with my hole. So from this instance, I would need to go, okay, I need to go 2 clockwise, because I need to add 2 to go to 0. So I'm going to find silver and find the two clockwise, which are right here and here. So then I'll look up green, and they're both exactly the same. And I would do a little bit of math to figure out where I'm at. Alright, so the silver is going to be 2 clockwise, so that's going to be a 0. And 2 clockwise for this is going to be a 6, which in a plus instance is also the same thing as -4. The green one's going to move 2 counterclockwise, so this is going to be a 2, and that's going to be 3. And it doesn't matter if it's 0 or 3. So I would say, okay, press it at 0 or 3, because it doesn't matter which one it is, because both are exactly the same. 3. So I would say, okay, now this hole right here is going to be my new 0. Alright, so I would say, okay, now I'm going to put silver at 0, because that's where my diffuser is going to tell me. The green hole, the distance from the green hole is going to be a +2, and our trap is at a +3, which the diffuser, the expert should already know, but just in case, I like this going back and forth motion. And then the diffuser is going to tell me where the yellow spot is. So once you're in one of these holes, you got to think 2 steps ahead, which is what we have always been doing. If you're up here, think silver and green. When you're here, think green and yellow and silver. When you're here, think green, yellow, and red. And finally here, yellow, red, and blue, and then red and blue. So my yellow hole is at a +4, and my trap is at a 0. So I gotta move my green 2 counterclockwise, or some other ways I can do it. So first what I can do is move green 2 counterclockwise and see where that gets me. And for yellow, I also need to worry about. So 2 counterclockwise, 2 counterclockwise. Let's see what we get here. So green's gonna move 2 counterclockwise. The silver's gonna move 2 clockwise. So that's not gonna be. So that's not gonna help. And the green and the silver's also gonna move 2 clockwise. So that's gonna be also over, which is also not terribly good, because silver will be 2 and the green will be 0 and 1 in both of the cases. So now I gotta think, okay, how about we move silver 1 clockwise and we move green 1 counterclockwise. So this is a probable solution, because if we can get silver +1 and then we do -1 for these, this will give us 1, 1, and 2. So silver and green will be on top of each other. But let's see what yellow is going to do. So the yellow is going to move 2 counterclockwise. So this is going to be at a -2. This is going to be at a 2. A +2. So seeing that, I'm like, okay, this is the solution we need to go, and we're gonna press it at 9, and I'll just skip right there. So this is my new 0. So we can get rid of silver. We don't need to worry about silver, but we do need to worry about red. So my green is my new 0. And doesn't matter where I'm at, this is always going to be 0. The distance from the hole is going to be a +1. So that's where it is. And the trap, let me think about this, is at a -3. And then my red hole is going to be at a -2. Well, my red trap is going to be at a +2. So using that, we don't have to worry about silver. We're going to worry about red. We need to move green 1 clockwise. So let's see what green clockwise, 1 clockwise would do for us. So this would move none. So let's see what happens when I do this. So red's going to move 2 clockwise. So this is not going to move anything. The green's going to move 1. And, well, let's copy this information so I don't mess anything up. Our green's going to move 1. So that's a +1. Yellow's not going to move any. And our red is going to move 2 clockwise. So this is going to be at a 0. And this is going to be at a 4+, which is perfect. So we're going to press this at a 4. Alright, and this is going to be our new 0. So I can get rid of this, get rid of this. Okay, now my red hole is at a -1. My trap is at a +3. And let's see. Now we gotta worry about blue. Our blue trap, our blue hole is at a +3, and our trap is at a 0. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we can get rid of green, and we'll worry about blue this time. So let's see if we move yellow 1 counterclockwise. See what happens. So in both cases, red doesn't move anything. So it's just a matter of fact of which one's better for blue. So for this fact, blue is going to move +1. It's going to be +4, and this is going to be +1, which is good. But in this instance, we have a 2 clockwise here, which is going to make this a 5. 5, and that's going to be a 2. And this is going to be -1 to match the red. So, nothing of interest. How about this? How about we move the red 1 clockwise and see what happens. Here's an instance where the red is going to move and yellow's not going to move. The blue's going to move 2 counterclockwise. So this is going to be, so move clockwise once. This is going to be at a 0. Let me copy it. So this is going to make a 0, and this is going to be a +4. The blue is going to be 2 counterclockwise, so this will be at +1, and this will be at a -2, which is pretty decent. So we're going to press this at a 2. Now, our red is our new 0. And the blue hole is at a +1. Trap is at a -2. Which is why I already calculate down here, but no need to worry about that. So we're going to move red 1 clockwise and see what I can do here. We don't have to worry about yellow anymore. That's going to be not good. So let's move blue 1 counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, 1 counterclockwise. No dice there. So how about we move red 2 clockwise if there's one sense of no, okay, because I was hoping for blue will be moving one clockwise. Then let's move blue 2 counterclockwise. Move blue 2 counterclockwise. Wow, this is not a fun one. Okay, so let's just move red 1 clockwise. Not 1 clockwise. Let's move 2 clockwise. Fine, that's going to move 2, but that's going to activate the trap. Just not good. So how about we do it at 2? So once this is going to do a 1. Let's go 2 counterclockwise. So this is going to do -1. This is going to be -4. So we can do this at a 2 and see if we can backtrack a little bit. So red's going to be my 0 again, and we'll move blue. We have a blue hole at -2. Our trap is at a 5, so we don't have to worry much about it whatsoever. So how about moving red 2 counterclockwise? So 2 counterclockwise, 2 counterclockwise. No dice. How about moving blue 2 clockwise? Any chance? Red won't move at a 2 clockwise. So we'll do it at 7. Another solve module. We'll do it once more. Give you the colors. So we have yellow, blue, red, green, silver. And my yellow hole is at a +1. The trap is going to be at a +4. Our blue hole is going to be at a -1, and our trap is at a 0. So let me clear this a little bit. We'll worry about yellow and blue. So let's see. We can move blue 2 clockwise and see what happens there. 2 clockwise. Oh no, what am I thinking? I gotta move yellow 1 counterclockwise. So let's look at these. So this will move the yellow 1 counterclockwise. So let's check for both blues. So this blue here is going to move 1 clockwise. So, well, let's first calculate yellow. Yellow is going to go 1 counterclockwise, so that's going to be a 0, and this is going to be a 3. Then our blue is going to move 1 clockwise, which this is going to turn it into a 0, and this will turn into a 1. So, as the expert, since we're falling into more than one hole, we can ask additional information. Okay, where's the red hole? Okay, the red hole is going to be at a +1, and the trap is at a +4. So let's take a look at red. This won't move any, and this won't move any. So it doesn't matter which way we picked. It would move none for either one. So the red's going to stay put as it is. So our best bet is placing it at a 3, pressing it at a 3, and go both holes and not enter a trap, which is ideal. Alright, so I'm in the blue hole, which of course you are. So blue is at a 0. We'll recalculate at 0. Red hole's going to be at +1. The trap is going to be at +4. And our green is going to be at a +3. And our trap is at a +1. So we got to worry about the blue, the red, and the green. So how about moving blue 1 clockwise? 1 clockwise, 1 clockwise. So this will make it a 1. Let's see, which case will make it none? Yes, okay, so this is the case where we want. So let's move it 1. The red won't move. Let's see where green moves to. This will move 2 counterclockwise, which gives us a +1. And this will give us a -1. So we're, again, moving more than one hole, so we gotta ask for additional information. Okay, I need information for the silver trap, or silver. So silver is gonna be at a 0, and our trap is at a, I like to say 3. I think that's a 3. A -3. -4 would be here. Yeah, so the silver hole is at a -3. So let's see where silver is moving. This will move 2 clockwise. So this will go 2 and this will go -1. So we don't have to worry about silver ever falling into silver trap because it's a -1. So I would say, okay, press at 3, which I just missed. So we'll wait for a little bit here. Okay. Now we gotta worry about just the green and silver. My green's gonna be my new 0. Actually, let's just erase all this information. Green's at our 0. And silver hole is gonna be at +1. Our trap is gonna be at -2. Which is weird to say. Okay. So we just need to move green 1 clockwise. Or move silver 1 counterclockwise, depending what we have. Okay. No, that's not going to cut it for us. So let's try 1 counterclockwise from silver. Here's one. Alright, where the green won't move. So we're going to press it at a 6. I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. And until then, keep talking. Let's see. Let me just make sure here. Oh, I just did that. 2 clockwise. Where's 2 clockwise? 5. 1 clockwise. 3. So, keep talking and don't explode. That is if I can get through this. Time will move faster. And make sure your marbles aren't trapped. And I'll see you all next time in the next episode.